Hey, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Michael J, and I'm finally back with another video. Now, a lot of people will say that the current state of hip-hop is embarrassing. Some may say that hip-hop is dead. Now, do I believe that hip-hop is dead? Of course not, because we have plenty of great artists we see out here today, from Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Earl Sweatshirt, Big Crit, Joey Badass, Freddie Gibbs, Joyner Lucas, and the list goes on and on. However, you can say that hip-hop in some ways has changed for the worse, which is why today I'll be analyzing my issues with the current state of modern-day hip-hop. So without further ado, let's get started. My second problem is the way how people love to make the genre of female rap all about Nicki Minaj and Nicki Minaj alone, which isn't right, because a few days ago when I criticized Hip Hop DX for dick riding Nicki Minaj when they clearly were, I ended up tweeting that female hip hop should not just be about Nicki Minaj alone, it should be about all of them combined. And once I tweeted this, next thing you know, I ended up getting crucified by the barbs on Twitter, as I predicted. And while that was happening, one of them tweeted something that really triggered me. He said, and I quote, "Nicki Minaj is the only female rapper that matters." You see, this is the reason why I don't listen to Nicki Minaj. Why? Because her fan base are so fucking cancerous. It's so annoying the way how they just always like to shove Nicki Minaj down everybody's throats and act like she invented the entire genre of female hip-hop. So the fact that he said that, he's pretty much saying that OG female rappers like Roxanne Shante, Salt and Pepper, MC Lyte, Queen Latifah, Lauryn Hill, Lil' Kim, Foxy Brown don't even matter. Keep in mind, those are the women who revolutionized the entire genre of female hip-hop. So for him to say that Nicki matters and the others don't, that's honestly a huge spit in the face to all of them combined, because keep in mind, they are the reason for what female hip-hop is today. So for that dumbass to say that Nicki's the only one that matters and the others don't, that's honestly a huge spit in the face to all the female rappers who came way before her. There is no new school without the old school. So to any of you dipshits who believe that Nicki Minaj is the only female rapper that matters, I just gotta tell you this. Please remove your head out of her plastic ass, sit the fuck down, and put some respect on the OG female rappers. Hell, even Queen Latifah said it best on an interview back in 2017.
Let me tell you something. I support females in hip hop. I always have. I always will. There's room for all of us. And nobody, to my knowledge, that's younger than me, invented this. So you don't get to claim it. You don't get to rule it. You know what I'm saying? This is all of ours. All of ours. You know what I'm saying? And my name is Queen. So, you know, what am I supposed to get into everybody throwing the Queen thing around? I mean, come on, it's stupid. I'm not going there with that. All I care about is that females who rap get to have their records played, get to hear that their voices get to be heard. Because for a minute, it was like nothing. You know what I mean? Nicki was like the only one practically. Yep. And that was never cool with me. I'm like, what about everybody else? You know, this can't be a movement. We can't keep this thing going with one person. We need a bunch of us. Like, when I was out, it was me, it was Light, it was Moni, Salt and Pepper. Like, you could jump on each other's records. Kim jumped on this record with this one with Brad, and then Foxy would jump on with this, and then they jumped on it together, Missy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like an Eve, and it's always great when there's a bunch of us doing this so we can all elevate it at the same time. Because we outnumbered, yes, we get that. But when we cut through, we make a statement. Like, you know we there. It's always been like that. If 20 guys get through, one girl gets through, there's something about her record, you know, they gonna still stick with her because she just, you know, she stands out from the pack. But we don't have to have these small numbers. We all need to be out there. It makes it all much more fun. And we make records that guys don't make, you know what I mean, necessarily. So it's just, we need that flavor.
It keeps the culture healthy. It keeps the culture healthy.
Yeah, you can't, like, you know,
you can't
operate
just
with
be
half
all
your
dudes.
body.
You can't just be all dudes.
No, because then it becomes like the music suffers. Like, the music to me really does suffer. And the music did suffer for a long time. I mean, you know, even guys, they got to get in touch with their feminine side. I don't know if they realize how many female hip hop lovers are out here, or what you giving, what you passing on. You know what I mean? But, like, you know, y'all got to get with it.
And I agree with Latifah 1000%. Honestly, she deserves a standing ovation for that, because I agree. Female hip hop should not just be about one. It should not just be about two, not just three. It should be about all of them combined. Because keep in mind, nobody, and I repeat, nobody is bigger than female hip hop. Not Nicki, not Cardi, not Megan. Nobody is bigger than female hip hop. My third and final problem is that there's barely any unity in female hip-hop nowadays, because the one thing that female rappers back in the day had, what female rappers lack nowadays, is unity, because Back in the days, female rappers supported and embraced working with each other because that just shows that there was a room for everybody, and it was all about bringing everybody together, and that it was all about being successful at the same time so that everybody can equally prosper. I mean, sure, you had Lil' Kim and Foxy Brown going at it, but still, even with that just shows that it was a good time for female rappers to shine. But nowadays, it just ain't the same because over the past 10 years, it's always been about Nicki Minaj and Nicki Minaj only. Everybody should know that hip-hop has been mostly dominated by male rappers, and there aren't too many female rappers as much as there are male rappers. So to have one female rapper get all the shine and her alone, that's just not healthy for the culture, because like what Queen Latifah said, that way the music just really suffers. As a hip-hop head myself, I absolutely love rap battles because it's been the key essence of hip-hop since the birth of the genre. That way, two MCs can bring out the best in each other lyrically by going back and forth with diss tracks, from LL versus Kumo D, Nas versus Jay-Z, Jadakiss versus Beanie Sigel, and the list goes on and on. But nowadays, they just don't feel the same. Why, you ask? Well, here's for an example. The Remy Ma and Nicki Minaj beef. Everybody should know that Remy Ma murderized Nicki Minaj on Sheether, but how many of the barbs have admitted that? None of them, because knowing how super annoying the Nicki Minaj fan base is, they've been making dumb excuses by saying that Sheether's full of lies. So you're telling me that Nicki supporting her child molesting brother is a lie, paying for his wedding is a lie, Nicki getting cosmetic surgery on her body is a lie, and stealing a line from Remy Ma's 2009 tweet is a lie? I swear to God, you barbs really gotta go seek help or something, because y'all are just delusional as hell. Plus, they also brought up Nicki's net worth and talked about how she's the best-selling female rapper of all time, so therefore she wins. What? Or how many Drake fans have admitted that he got bodied in his beef with Pusha T? Nada, because yet again, they're just going to bring up Drake's sales and talk about how he's the bigger artist and talk about how he has more hits and how Pusha T ain't shit. And plus, they've been making excuses by saying some shit like, oh, Pusha just only dissed Drake for clout. He only just did this to promote his album. You see, y'all motherfuckers need to learn your history about the beef before you start talking shit about Pusha T. Their beef has been going on for way longer than anybody can remember, so know your facts before you start opening your fucking mouth. I know for sure that back in the days during the Nas Jay-Z beef, a lot of Jay-Z fans admitted that Ether destroyed him. While people to this day are still debatable about which diss track is better, I'm pretty sure there was a lot of Jay-Z fans who would have had the balls to say, you know, hey, Jay's my favorite artist, but Ether murked him. But nowadays, people don't know how to be objective because they're borderline dick riders because they don't want to admit the fact that their favorite rapper got bodied on a diss track. Keep in mind, sales, net worth, popularity, that has nothing to do with a rap battle at all. It's about lyrics and bars. In order for you to win a rap battle, specifically, you have to out-rap that other rapper to be declared the winner. But with hip-hop being super mainstream at this point, and with the stan culture being so insufferable, you can't have a great rap debate anymore because the fans and the media always ruin it, and that's just so infuriating. Authenticity definitely matters to me in hip-hop because I feel like that's the one thing that defines a rapper for who they are and where they came from. Tribe Called Quest, when they came out at a time where like gangster rap was like conquering the scene of hip-hop, they came out as like very conscious, soulful rappers who made like very relatable songs like Bonita Apple Bomb. Well, it did seem weird at the time, but they were just being themselves and not trying to be something that they're not. The same goes for Kanye West. When he came out at a time when 50 Cent was like the biggest gangster rapper, he came out as like a very non-thug rapper, just rapping about relatable things and just, you know, being himself. And while he did receive a lot of flack for this, I gotta respect Kanye for, you know, just being himself and not trying to be something that he's not. But nowadays, authenticity doesn't mean shit anymore. Like, for example, the Rick Ross 50 Cent beef. When 50 Cent exposed Rick Ross for living a fraudulent lifestyle, lying about his past, and being a former correctional officer, no one cared because people still fuck with Rick Ross regardless, which is so mind-boggling. He would have been blackballed. Because for me, I respect the person who's real and who stays true to the roots rather than somebody who just keeps lying to your face. Noriega said something that I'll never forget because the way how he explained about authenticity in modern day hip hop was one of the most truest statements I ever heard.
Nobody cares about the truth if the lie is more entertaining. But in the 90s, that was fly to be exactly who you are. Nowadays, you gotta do different shit. Being real doesn't mean nothing anymore. It's being the most entertaining.
I mean, it's very sad, but it's factual because that just shows that nowadays you can be the fakest rapper in the game, lie about your past, and people will still fuck with you because that just shows we live in a fake-ass world full of fake-ass people who do fake-ass shit.
Two. We're born music.
What you say? What you say? Drake is better than Tupac and Biggie. They ain't got shit on Drake.
Like, for example, with Tupac, his art was more than music. We saw him. He was a writer. He was a poet.
I've been there. Nigga, bro, I'm better than Tupac, bro. Please don't compare me to him. Please don't compare me to him. Please don't. Tupac can't make rock music. Tupac can't do that.
Wait,
Tupac couldn't do that.
Hold on.
Tupac didn't do that. Tupac was a dancer and a poet and a rapper.
But he was a revolutionary too and a leader of men.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. There's plenty of revolutionaries.
It's your boy Kodak Black coming popping New Beach, Florida, and I am the 2016 XXL freshman. I'm better than Tupac and Biggie.
Y'all outdated, man. Don't nobody listen to Nas no more. Real hip hop is Migos, Future.
This by far is like my #1 biggest gripe with modern day rappers, because I swear the disrespect that these millennials have for the OG rappers is just so fucking ridiculous if you ask me. The fact that they're disrespecting the OG rappers, not only are they disrespecting the entire culture of hip hop, not only are they disrespecting the whole entire fucking genre, they are disrespecting the ones who paved the way for them to even be in the fucking rap game. My thing is, if these new rappers want to be in hip hop, if they want to be a part of the culture, don't disrespect the ones who put their blood, sweat, tears, busting their ass, giving their whole entire lives for this shit. Even Kendrick Lamar spoke on this very compassionately on an interview back in 2017, where he said, and I quote, "I want hip hop to continue to evolve. That's why I can't shun a lot of rappers that may not be a Kendrick Lamar. But this is what I tell them every time I see them. Be yourself and do what you do, but also know who laid down the groundwork. So at the end of the day, as long as you be who you are, but respect the ones that got us here, that's how you continue to evolve." And I agree with K-Dot 1000%. Like, this is the thing. I don't care what these rappers do. Make their money. Do what they do. But the #1 thing that they should always do is respect the ones that came before them. Whether if it comes to Rakim, KRS-One, Coogee Rap, Pac, Biggie, Nas, Wu-Tang, or whoever, make sure you always respect the OGs. Because like what I said, there is no new school without the old school. Because if they don't have any respect for the culture or the OG rappers, they might as well get the fuck out of hip-hop. Now, these are just the only few problems I covered in this video. I know there's probably a lot more problems going on in hip-hop today, but however, I just didn't want to make this video too long, so that's why I didn't even bother. However, I'm just so glad I just got that off my chest, because I feel like this needed to be addressed. But anyways, what are your issues going on in hip-hop today? Feel free to comment down below. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for weekly videos. I'm your boy Micah J, and peace.